Hello and welcome in. I am Sam Estrella and I am the founder of Go STR Marketing. Today we're going to talk about what is Go STR Marketing, how it came to be, show you what it looks like, do a little demo, and then who is it for and who it's not for. Before we get to all that, I do want to thank you so much for your time. I completely understand it is very valuable. In fact, time is the reason that I developed Go STR for my own SDR business. I needed to make the most of my time for me and our business as an operator, for me and my family, for the life I was looking to lead and design. And so my goal for Go STR Marketing is to help STR hosts and co-hosts like yourself design your ideal life even easier by increasing your STR revenue. So we're going to talk a little bit about how I've been saving some time in my own SDR business using Go STR Marketing, and how I've been able to be the guide for my guests on their journey to rebook with me. So look, if this makes sense, that's great. We can be marketing to your guests for you in a matter of weeks. And if it doesn't make sense for any reason, that's totally cool. I understand. And hopefully you gain some information that you didn't know before after this. So let's jump in here. So a little bit about me and how this came to be. So I come from an enterprise IT background. I learned everything there is to know about the STR business and how to operate our portfolio from the STR Secrets Mastermind course. That is why I am especially grateful and dedicated to show you this exclusive kind of a little bit behind the scenes and a little bit more in-depth view in video series for Go STR Marketing, because Mike and Mike have been so integral and impactful for my business as well. So STRs were my side gig, and my goal whenever I entered the STR Secrets Mastermind was to net 6K per month. And I thought that could probably be done in like 5 or 10 years. Turns out 12 deals in 12 consecutive months later, I was pushing my resignation letter across the desk to my vice president, in leaving my W-2 to operate our STR portfolio full time for our hosting and co-hosting model. I went on to do 18 listings in 18 months. And during that, I got my wife involved. We grew our business. We onboarded some virtual assistants from Mike's course as well. And so we came to a few conclusions as we were growing, one of which is that my wife and I looked at this together and saw there was a lot of money going to booking platforms on top of my nightly rate. OTAs, Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, it's a love-hate relationship, I get it. But whenever they're charging my guests fees upwards of 25% that I don't have any control over, that's pricing me out the market. So we had to do something. So we did what they tell you to do. And so we spent the time and the money and the effort to build a direct booking site. And after months and months and thousands of dollars, we finally had something that we were happy with. And so, we wanted to put on a shelf. We were so happy. It looked so great. But it was really more like on an island after I got to thinking about it. Because here I was on this end, doing my Airbnb and VRBO business and having, providing those experiences for my guests, but I didn't have the systems, processes, and procedures like I did in the other parts of my SDR business to guide my guests to hold their hand back to this beautiful direct booking site. And we'll get to more about the direct booking journey later. But another thing we noticed is that there is a lot of active work in building this passive income stream. So, here I was building my STR business. I had a full-time job. I had a full-time family, a young family right here, as you can see that I was, raising, and I was doing the direct booking site. And so my goal for all of that was to get out of the rat race, is to be my own boss, is to, have the freedom to do what I wanted to do and get out of the rat race. So anything that was fast and easy and directly impacted my bottom line in my STR business, I needed. And so I did it. And let's fast forward. I resigned from my W-2 and I needed a boost in revenue because I was not where I needed to be whenever I resigned. I knew I had the pipeline, but I needed a shot in the arm. I needed to boost my revenue. And I said to myself, what if? what if there was a way to take some of the things that I learned in corporate America and use that to increase my revenue? I mean, I knew doing business with existing clients costs less time and money to do business with again than to go out and hunt new clients or guests. And so I said, man, I've just got to find an easy and a scalable way to do business with people who already know, like, and trust me. So I wanted to do the email and the text remarketing campaign. And so I went down that path. And so I looked for products, I looked for services, I looked for solutions, and I found products and I found services, but I didn't find the solution I needed for my business. And so what I found where I kind of put them in two buckets. There were, some products that were here are the tools, here are the parts, here are the pieces. You do it yourself. Here's some instructional videos and documentation, and you can build it yourself. I didn't have the time to do that. And the other services were way too expensive, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars just for one email, and then thousands of dollars for onboarding. It would cost tens of thousands of dollars per year to do that. I had less than 20 properties. It didn't make sense for me. And so I figured if it didn't make sense for me, it probably didn't make sense to a lot of other people too. So then I gave the operations to my team and my wife and said, look, I'm going to be over here building this revenue machine. And so I went to work on it. I called some folks from my previous life, my developer and engineering friends, and I brought the STR knowledge, and so we developed this solution. And I said, this is really awesome because it's having a big impact on our business. And then I said, okay, well, guys, hold on, time out. If we just add this feature or provide this service as well, this would be like amazing to offer my friends and fellow hosts and co-hosts in the business. And so, man, after a lot of time, effort, trial and error, and teamwork, and a lot of development and money, we have Go STR marketing right now. And so it's very cool. I'm very excited about it. It's helped me, and I know it can help you too. So let's talk about what it is now. Okay. So Go STR marketing is the only 100% done for you, professionally custom branded 12-month email and text marketing solution for STR operators that messages your past guests on a monthly cadence for you, directing them back to your preferred booking site to look and rebook at any property of your STR portfolio. We can be marketing to your guests for you in a matter of weeks from starting. And so it is literally these three steps right here. I'll dig in a little bit more as we move forward, but there's no need to crack a laptop after you upload your data. You can do everything on an app. You don't have to log into any software. It is made to be very simple, and it was very difficult to make something very simple, but I'm so glad that we did. This is all you need to operate Go STR marketing. It is an app. It is an included free app. And here is a sample of the first messages that would go out to your guests. Okay, so this is one version of my message a while ago. This changes. We keep it fresh. We see what works. We adjust what doesn't and what does work. And so this is to a guest named Nikki. Okay, and Nikki stayed at my property called the Bamboo Lounge last. She last booked it through the Airbnb channel. The Bamboo Lounge is in Baton Rouge, and Kelsey, my wife, is the guest experience, the one who communicates, who we have all the sign off. And so, we call Nikki, by her first name. We have emojis. It's very personable, very friendly. And we have all these variables in here because Nikki could have stayed 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years ago. Now, if she stayed 2 months or 2 years ago, she probably won't remember just me or Kelsey, right? So we have all these little memory joggers in here to say, hey, thanks for being our guest. We hope you made it home soon. We'd love to host you again. And then this next message right here, this next text, that you can see right here, this is an SMS. This is an SMS, also known as a text message. This is very important for A2P compliance with SMS marketing and self-service providers, so they don't tag this as spam and your texts don't bounce. Okay, we register your phone number for you, and it is directly and dedicated to this marketing solution for you. We handle all that in the back end. But it's very important because this is an opt-in question. After someone opts in, they get a simultaneous email and text. Now, they're probably going to see the text first, because I'll tell you in a few minutes why. But this text is going to go out, in a matter of minutes after they reply. And so the message is going to say, congrats, no more Airbnb or VRBO fees with us. I just sent an email with a very special offer just for you. Check it out. It's from whatever email you like it to look like it's coming from, with the subject line, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is all in your app. So if they reply something custom that needs special attention by you, you can just punch in here, and you have the ability to provide custom responses and reply via text or email. You can expand this and see all your email. It's very intuitive. It's very simple. And so that's kind of a still shot. Now let's see some action shots. Here's a little demo. And so we're going to go through a few clips here. That's an actual email. But we're going to go through a few clips. And one of the first clips is going to be the go live launch big blast, where we message hundreds, if not thousands, of your previous guests for you. So after this big blast goes out, we scrape, scrub, and import contacts from your PMS and or CRM every 2 weeks to market to your guests for you. So we're always having new guests coming in to your campaign. And this is your perspective from the operations side. Again, it's only an app. It's completely free in the Apple or Android App Store. All right, so this is a sample of the bold email design. So there are 12 months of email content going out. There are 13 emails in a 12-month period, and each message in the campaign is unique and branded. You have 3 designs to choose from in our library. This is a sample of our bold design. And so it's going to be during onboarding, you're going to upload your property photos, your logo, your headshot, your steps to book on your specific direct booking website, and then your favorite restaurants, attractions, and events in each of your markets. And so let's dive into some data now. So we all know MailChimp, right? So MailChimp is consistently one of, if not the top rated email marketing service around. They are not a chimp. They are actually a $700 million per year gorilla. So they have the funds to do study in research and development like this one in the hospitality industry. The hospitality industry is actually one of the best industries for email marketing. Go us, right? So in this study, they had an example that says if one email went to 50,000 people from a hotel, there would be anywhere from 4,000 to 17,500 reservations, not dollars, but reservations as a result. And they found that because their R&D found an 8 to 35% conversion rate for hotels. Now, initially I read this and I kind of raised a few flags. One, 35% conversion rate, that's pretty high, okay? I thought maybe MailChimp's just trying to sell MailChimp marketing here. So that's one thing I noticed. And the other thing I noticed was 50,000 people. I don't know about you, but I don't have 50,000 contacts. So I tried to Excuse me. I'm trying to adjust those numbers now to something a little bit more relatable to see if that made sense for me to offer it to people like you and other fellow operators. So I said 8 to 35% conversion rate. Let's do the math on an 8% conversion rate, their lowest. And then let's move 50,000 people down to 1,000 people. So, if I had 1,000 contacts, which depending on your portfolio is very reasonable, and I multiplied that by an 8% conversion, their lowest 8% conversion here, that would mean 80 bookings. 80 bookings is a lot of bookings. And I said, okay, well, that sounds like a lot. So let's cut that in half just in case, and to be a little bit conservative. So I multiplied 1,000 contacts by a 4% conversion rate and came up with 40 bookings. And I said, look, that's still a little bit high. Let's cut that in half again and multiply 1,000 contacts. If they got one email at a 2% conversion rate, that would be 20 bookings. I said, okay, that's plausible. And then I said, let's multiply that by your average revenue per booking. Now, I just picked a number out of the sky. I feel this is a little bit low for a lot of you folks right here with nicer properties. So, but I just said, let's just say each reservation averages out to be 500 bucks. That math would be $10,000 in rebooking revenue just from email. Okay. But let's swing over here. Let's look at this Gardner study that says SMS is the future of sales follow-ups because text messages have an average open rate of as high as 98%. This is what Go STR is doing. It's combining an email with a text with a 98% open rate, and that text has value in it, directing them to an email that has coupons, that has value in the email. So we're getting their attention with a text and then simultaneously sending an email every time we communicate with them, directing them to open your email because it either has cool restaurants, awesome events, coupons for your next stay with no Airbnb and booking fees, okay? Remember, this MailChimp study is only talking about emails, and that at a 2% conversion rate would lend to $10,000 in rebooking revenue, okay? They're not talking anything about text messaging accompanying this. And here's also another pretty cool HubSpot study. Okay, so I've been playing with this for a little over a year now with this solution, but I've been really using it for my business for about, almost a year, a little shy than a year. And so marketing to about 1,000 contacts. So here are my stats right here. And here are my SMS stats from February to November, pretty much. And these are email stats. And so what you can see here, so this is one blast and this is another blast. Okay, so this email, we sent it out to 437 contacts on this one. And this email blast, we sent it out to 284. Now, the numbers in the conversion and opened and delivery rates are very similar on this, between 1% and 2% delta. But delivery is around 98%, open rate is 54%, unsubscribe is 3%, and bounce rate is 2%. Our beta groups have also showed similar statistics, and I get it. This is just opened and delivered numbers, right? But let's get to revenue, okay? And again, so this happened to me, and I know it's happened to other clients as well, even faster than it has for me. But anyway, I'll give you an example. So for my October of 2023, my direct booking revenue is typical. Well, let me back up. My direct booking revenue is typically the lowest revenue, followed by VRBO and then Airbnb. So Airbnb typically is the highest revenue generating OTA. And then in my markets, it's VRBO and then my direct booking platform. So October in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, my direct booking revenue, it didn't amount to my VRBO revenue and it didn't amount to my Airbnb revenue. It doubled both of those combined. Now, That's not a guarantee that it can happen to you. And it's not all because of Go STR marketing. I will admit that. I'm doing some other things. I'm happy to discuss with you what I'm doing there. But it definitely had a large impact. I know one of the bookings I got was a $6,500 booking in Baton Rouge, Louisiana for a 3-bedroom home. Okay. Another thing I'm noticing, and so are my other clients, is longer direct booking lead times compared to Airbnb and VRBO. I mean, I'm just gonna, say it. A lot of my clients are getting bookings within days of the first big email blast and paying for the solution. Again, that's not a guarantee that's going to happen to you, but the numbers are in your favor. It's also a very good co-host lead generation opportunity. I'm happy to discuss that with you later as well if you'd like. So this is an ROI exercise I wanted to go through with you really quick. This is so for our accelerator pricing. This is actually a little bit more than what your pricing is as an STR Secrets Mastermind member. I'm going to get to that in a minute. So this is just an example here. So this is our normal pricing at the moment. Pricing is going to increase, but we're just going to use this as an example. So for 1 to 25 properties, it's $2,450 per year. It's not per month. It's per year. And so this $10,000 of potential return represents that 2% conversion rate from the MailChimp study a few minutes ago. Okay. So 2% is 120% below their lowest conversion rate. So if MailChimp was 120% wrong that their conversion rate is 8%, that would be 2%. Okay. So if they're 120% wrong, you would still probably do about $10,000 just for email marketing. Again, that's not text and email marketing, right? But let's use this ROI as an example. That would be a 76% return on the $2,450 investment. Okay. I cannot guarantee this ROI. I can guarantee that you need to partner with someone that is so you can do text and email marketing as soon as possible to do things that other people aren't doing, and do that as soon as you can, because it's that impactful. Here's another ROI exercise right here. If you are analyzing a deal in the STR Secrets deal analyzer, let's just say a Thursday with Mike Riley on his call, and you found a property and it was great and you were looking to purchase it and you're crunching the numbers, and it led to a 20% ROI on that investment for the home. What's your lowest threshold for an STR purchase? Is it 20%, 25, 30%, 40% ROI on a home? That's unheard of nearly, right? So let's compare that 40% to this 76%. And then for that home, what is your average payback period? How many years is that? 3, 4, 5, 6 years compared to months, days, actually, like our existing clients. Again, you don't have to do it with me, but you need to get on the remarketing to your past guests bandwagon, because it works. It's impactful. Messaging rates do apply. That depends on how many contacts you have. So you only pay for how many contacts you have. The more contacts, it is going to be more expensive. No more than $100 for thousands of contacts, your messaging, okay, per month. If you have a few hundred, I'd say maybe $5 to $10 or something like that. So it's anywhere from probably, let's just say 10 to at the very most $100 per month if you have tons. But we mainly see those in like the $25 to $75 range, and those are billed directly to you from the carriers. All right, so this is an ugly slide. I don't like it. It's the old way. It's the do-it-yourself way, not the business owner way, not the way Mike and the coaches instruct us to do right now. It's not the elevating to the CEO way. This shows the average time it takes for each component of creating one marketing email from conception to copyright to graphic design to export to import to landing in someone's email box, if you land. Which is very difficult. Our email engines are already warmed up to a lot of the large email service providers. Google, Yahoo, Outlook, things like that. So they're familiar with seeing messages from us, and we have very high delivery rates, as you saw in the last time. Not into the junk mail, not into promos, but in the inbox. Um, anyway, so it takes a long time. This study says 27 hours. Even if it's not 27 hours, let's cut that in half and cut it in half again. So that'd be, around 7 hours for one email to do it yourself. And then you multiply that by 12 months. And then you're not even counting having to export and import your contacts on a regular basis. So anyways, the goal of this slide right here is just to say that you need to stick with what you do best and give your guests an incredible STR experience. Become the CEO of your business, not the worker, not the manager. Who's it for? Folks who need a plug and play marketing solution on autopilot to boost your revenue. A VA could do about 95% of Go STR onboarding. Okay, so who is it for? It's STR operators looking to gain full calendars, to create an edge, to save you some time in doing things that you need to be doing, to increase your direct booking revenue. It's folks who need a fast, easy, affordable way to do things, easy systems and tools. Do the things that others are not doing to grow your revenue and stay relevant. But like I said before, it's not for everybody, and that's totally okay. It's not for folks who want to design every customized detail of their own marketing campaign Ferrari, right? It's not for operators with the time, effort, and knowledge to build their own in-house marketing department. If you want to do that, if you want to go out and search for a marketing professional or a VA to teach them how to do this, and you have the time to do that, you have the systems, processes, and procedures already in place in your SDR business to do that, well then move forward with that. Do that if that works for you. And then finally, folks who can export, import, and market on a consistent basis every 2 weeks to guests old and new. So if you can do that, you don't need this. You can do this yourself. It's just all about how much time do you have and what is your time worth? Because this is an investment, and it is investment of maybe one of the most valuable things we have that we don't use nearly at all. And that is your contact list. Your data is so valuable. Okay. It's costing you money each day you don't market to people who love their experience at your place. So, and then it's also investment of time. Like I told you before, depending on how many properties you have, it's anywhere from 2 to 4 hours per year to do that onboarding. After that, if you're ready to go again the next year, we're going to message you in month 10, month 11, say, hey, look, let's keep going. If you'd like us to, let's start on your next year's campaign. We're going to refresh that. We're going to give it a new look. You can design, you can select another design. We're going to update your links, update your properties, things like that. I'm also saying it takes about 4 to 6 months for results. That is super conservative, but I need to say that. Also, there, and we'll talk about this more in a minute here, but we do have an annual option and then a monthly option. The lowest term on the monthly option is 6 months because I don't want you to waste your money. You have to give this time for it to work. Some folks it works in days, some others in weeks, some in months, but give it time. The data is behind you and moving forward for you. So people's travel patterns have an effect on that. Early bites are definitely possible. So this is the roadmap of our technology here. So we're just email and text marketing right now. This is the foundation of our technology. We do have the ability to do social media integration, Google My Business, landing page creation. We're doing that right now, but it's not 3 steps, 100% done for you easy. Whenever we get it to that point, then we're going to release that. Then you can add on to this marketing machine, okay, and have these bolt-ons to where you can really expand your reach. So quality is at our core. We wanted to give you something that you can start your engines now and put on autopilot and get that low-hanging fruit. there is so much value in this solution. Okay. And I'm calling it a solution because it is a true solution. It is a product and it is services. This is a full solution. Um, if you were to break down everything that was in this solution, it would be over $9,000 worth of value. But right now, for this limited time, for the STR Secrets Mastermind group only, for 1 to 25 properties, this is our price for the annual. It's $22.49, and for 26 to 50 properties, it is $27.79 per year. You do get a discount for locking in for a year. You can do monthly with a 6-month minimum. It's just a little bit more. Okay. I want you to recall your average booking revenue that we talked about a few minutes ago. What would you say across your whole portfolio? What's your average revenue per booking? Okay. Think about that just for one booking. And then for those that are doing nothing with your contact lists, what is that costing you? Okay. All right. So next steps, if you want to take advantage of this pricing, again, it's not going to be around forever. It's January 2024 right now. We're only going for a few more months for this pricing. It will go up. And I'll show you what the actual pricing is here in a second. But if you're ready to start your STR marketing right now and start connecting to past guests before your competitors and your market do, go to this special link for attending this demo and select a plan, 1 to 25, 26 to 50, or 51 plus, and then select your payment, whether you want to do a year up front or the monthly. And then you're going to be immediately directed to an onboarding portal where you can start and stop at certain places and save your work, because again, I respect your time and don't expect you to do this whole thing in one sitting. So after this, a few weeks later, we reach out for your approval and for your edits on your email campaign. And then, in a matter of days from that, after we make those edits, you can see them and we're going to market for you. And that is it. So this is the affiliate link right here. Go strmarketing.com/STR Secrets Accelerator. Okay. And that is going to lead to this site. And that's what it's going to look like. We're having more clients than we thought we were so far. So this is going to go up to the $3,000 mark to the regular pricing here pretty quickly. So, and then for 26 to 50 properties, that's going to be the same thing. It's going to be $4,000. So again, just for being a part of the STR Secrets Mastermind, you get this fantastic deal that Mike and Mike have arranged for you. So if there are any questions, feel free to message me at sam@gostrmarketing.com. I'm happy to do a further demo with you, and then stay tuned for further videos here for a few more tips and tricks on how everything works. Thanks so much.